Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Buckeye Weekly Podcast. I'm Tony Gerdeman, here as always with Tom or Tom. How's it going?
Well, Tony, it's our favorite show of the week, but it's not just our usual bold prediction show. It's a poorly researched bold prediction show. So is it going to be worse than normal? Arguably, yes.
And does worse mean better? Maybe.
Your mileage may vary, is the phrase you're looking for.
So we tied last week, one apiece.
Mm-hmm.
You went first last week. Does that mean you go first again this week?
No, I will let you have the first selection this week.
And the issue of you letting me do this, I will let you decide which of these you want me to have.
Mm-hmm.
My first one pointer, Tom, either no tight end will score this week or Max Clare will score this week.
Ooh, well, this is a great one because my first one is Will Kazmarek will score this week. So
that's easy though.
Well, he's only done it once in his Ohio State career. So,
but he's coming back and he's playing against Ohio. So they're going to try to get him the ball.
Will they be able to? If you know that, I'm going to guess Ohio also knows that.
Here's the thing. Okay, well, outside of the 10-yard line, because this is one where a very easy play action. Let's get Will the ball. So I don't want this happening inside a goal to go situation.
Mm-hmm.
So how about outside of a goal to go situation?
Okay, which means I will allow you to have no tight end will score. Because that way, one of us is very mad, which is, and frankly, the funniest possible solution is
Max Clare scores a touchdown.
Well, that's funny in one way. Kazmarek scoring inside the 10.
Yeah, there you go. That's true.
Then we're both mad, which really then the viewers win.
That's right.
So,
but the thing is, the viewers don't want to win. They want me to win. So
I don't think that's okay. So outside it, not a goal to goal. Okay.
Although here's the other thing with that. That could still be inside the 10 because it could be, third and 3 from the 4.
Would you like it to be not inside the 10?
Yeah, I don't want it inside the 10.
Okay. Not inside the 10. So 10 yards or longer.
Right.
Okay.
Because I just feel like very easy play action crap. I'm not going to say it's crap, but you know what I'm talking about, Tom. So my second one pointer, and we could talk about this one. I don't think we need to. A starting quarterback will have an interception. Now, when we name a singular corner to have an interception, is that usually a 2-pointer or is that usually a 1-point?
I believe that's normally a 1.
Okay, so to say a starting cornerback, if you round up, if we assume that that's a half a point,
I'll give you half a point for that. Yeah, we can. And
if you're demanding that I pick a name, I can. I wouldn't expect you to do that.
I would feel standard issue on these is one player has an interception is 1 point. Now, if you'd like to pick both guys and have those, Davis Ignadosin for 1 point and Jermaine Matthews for 1 point, I would allow you to have those two things.
Do you think if I said backup corner is going to have an interception like that, that's enough of a blanket? Because I'm not going to, but just for future reference, I don't want to agree to it either in case you choose to do that.
Well, I think a non-starter.
Mm-hmm. That's a pretty legit thing.
Maybe that might be in a non-conference game against a non-power team. I might have you pick two guys, like two names of non-starters.
If I were to say Devin Sanchez against Penn State, that might be 2 though.
Yes.
But I'm going to say Jermaine Matthews.
Jermaine Matthews has an interception for 1 point. Okay.
Long way to get there, but yeah, I feel like he's going to get one.
Yep. Okay. How about this one? Ohio State scores in all 4 quarters. Ohio scores in exactly 2 quarters.
Okay, but you got to give me one of the 2 quarters. You got to tell me which quarter.
They will score in the 3rd quarter.
Okay. So
no, let me change that. 4th quarter.
Oh, I think you took your finger off the checker.
No, you had not.
That's right. You're right.
Okay. All right.
I did not yell Uno. Remember, we have to yell Uno after each of these predictions.
Yes. Otherwise, you have to draw 2 cards. All right. So
let's make the show even longer. That's a great idea.
Longer, more complicated, and dumber.
And dumber. So that was a...
So that's 2 1-pointers for each of us.
My 1-pointer, well, James Peoples has been getting a lot of criticism. I see him having a rush of at least 34 yards in this game.
That's a good
Actually,
one.
I say a play. If you want to make it rush, we can make it rush. I should have read it as play and you would have been fine with it, but I said rush. And of course, you did not yell Uno.
Yeah, that's true. I am owned. I am right now shrinking into a corn cob. So yes, I will have to allow you to take play of 34 yards. If the odds that he has a play of 34 yards are, it's not 50-50, but it's reasonable.
34%?
The odds, it's in between 30 and 40, I'd say. And the odds that it's a passing play, I think, are relatively low. We really haven't seen him use much in the passing game so far, and I don't know that this is the game where they're really going to make a big point to break that out. So,
right.
Yeah, I don't think that materially shifts the odds of it for me, so I will allow you to
thank you very much.
Play.
Appreciate it.
How about this one, Tony? Exactly 3 different Buckeyes score a rushing touchdown.
I don't know that that's bold and that it's how common is that? It's not. I guess it's not too common.
It's not
it happened a week ago.
So, and now I explain the difference between a low-level FCS team and a team that just beat a power conference opponent. Yes.
Okay.
If you'd like me to pick a different number, I'll take 2. If you feel like, if you'd like me to say exactly 2, I can take exactly 2. I thought exactly 3 would be a little more bold because the odds that, CJ Donaldson might have a couple, and then, I'm not expecting the Buckeyes to put up 70 points again this weekend. This feels like a game where they are probably in the mid-40s, maybe. So there aren't, you're going to score 6-ish touchdowns, 5, 6 maybe. So I don't know that 3 guys individually scoring touchdowns on the ground. It feels like if you're scoring 6, you're going to throw for a few. You've seen them throw for a few this year.
And one of the reasons we're going to accept it. One of the reasons I don't like it has to do with my 2-pointer, which we'll get to later on. But 3 players, exactly.
Yes, exactly rushing. 3, not 2, not 4.
And then it could be exactly 7 touchdowns. 3. It could be 3 touchdowns.
Correct. Yes.
All right. Here's one for you, Tom. Let's see how you feel about this one. Julian Sand will start this game 10 of 12 passing, at least.
I thought you were going to say exactly, and I was going to say I like it.
Well, at some point,
he was just 16 of 16. Okay. And, while we did establish, yes, this is a better opponent than last week, that would be sort of in line with, it's a better opponent, but also not.
I'm not going to go 16 of 16.
No.
Or 17 of 17. I can't even go 17 of 34. Because he won't throw 34.
One of those completions must be exactly 17 or 34 yards.
How about 11 of 12? Or 10 of 11, whichever you prefer.
I prefer 11 of 12. So, yes.
11 of 12, okay.
At least 11 of 12. Yeah. Okay, at least 11 of 12. Okay, all right. I'm not going to argue with that one too much.
Good.
Here's another one, Tony. Something that has not happened at all this season, only twice in the entire history of Ohio State football.
Okay.
Brandon Inniss scores a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, until it becomes the norm, like, that was about like week 4, maybe week 3 for Jeremiah Smith last year, where it's like, we can no longer predict a touchdown for Jeremiah Smith. I think Brandon Inniss is still a 1-pointer, like, in terms of predicting him to score. Yes. Like last week, I think I had Carnell take 2 touchdowns for 2 points. Mm-hmm. And so, that's...
And this feels like a game where they should have enough of an advantage that they can try and find a way to get guys on the board this year. So it feels like this is one where you're probably going to see them try to get him on the board. But again, we know we've already established they're going to score 3 of their touchdowns on the ground, and Will Kazmarik's going to get 1. So there's only 2 more touchdowns left to account for all games. So.
And when Will is out there getting his touchdown, Brandon Inniss probably won't be out there to get his. So. Yeah, I don't care for it, but of course, as we know, those are always the best kind.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my final 1-pointer. Jeremiah Smith, because we have to have Jeremiah Smith predictions, will have at least 2 catches of 34 yards and at least 1 catch of 17 yards, not counting the 34-yarders, unless you want to count them.
I don't want to count them,
Okay.
no. So at least 2 of 34 plus another one of at least 17. Now, could be 3 catches of 34 yards.
Actually, if it is, no.
Well, I would love to fight you on this, but I have a Jeremiah Smith one later that we'll get to. So I will say that I will allow it, and we will move on. I don't. Yeah, this is again. I don't care for it, but I don't really have immediate grounds to fight you on it. Let's see. I've got I've got another 1-pointer here. How about this? Ohio quarterback Parker Navarro picks up at least 3 first downs running.
Yeah, I was wondering about what to do with him. I was thinking 2 17-yard runs on those third down scrambles or whatever. So I do expect him to pick up at least 2. A third one, boy, what if they're all on the same drive on that first drive of the game? People are going to be furious.
Well, then it'll be your fault.
I don't like this one because I expect it to happen. I don't think it's super bold, but again, I don't know how many he's had this year. I know he's averaging 93 yards rushing a game. He's had over 90 yards rushing in both games this year. I will say, how about this? Only 2 of them can be, only one of them can be a scramble.
This feels exactly like something that we are not going to go back and check.
I will go back and check.
Only one of them can be a scramble. So how are we defining scramble?
Drop back to pass. Oh, crap. I'm getting pressured.
Does he have to be saying, oh, crap? Or can he be saying, I'm out on the edge and there are no receivers open. I am not about to die. I am not in imminent danger.
No.
That would not count?
No, there does not need to be an oh crap. It just needs to, the play needs to start out as a pass. That's a scramble. And people know it because if he gets tackled in the backfield, it's a sack.
Yeah.
You know it when you see it.
Thank you, Potter Stewart.
You're welcome.
How about one of them can't be a scramble? One of them can be a
2 scrambles.
He can have.
They can't all be scrambles.
They can't all be scrambles. At least one is a designed quarterback.
Okay, but if he picks up 3 first downs, every scramble after that picks up a first down takes off a scramble off the board. It takes a first down off the board.
We only have one bye week to figure out who won this, so I don't think anyone's going to be in favor of that. So I'm just gonna leave it as picks up at least 3 first downs running, and you're not going to remember, so it'll be fine.
Well, and there is that because I can't, as we do these out in the wild, as everybody knows, I'm not writing Tom's down, and I'm leaving the honor of scorekeeping his own stuff. Like grade your own papers. You wonder why Tom made the honor roll? Grade your own papers is the greatest reason why. My 2-pointer, Tom. Remember when I said I didn't like your 3 guys rushing touchdowns?
Yes.
Because of my 2-pointer. Here's my 2-pointer. Never has happened in the history of college football. Julian Sand will have a rushing touchdown in this game. He doesn't even run the ball. I don't even think he's allowed.
Except for when he does.
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
What is the likelihood?
Is it 1-pointer or 2-pointer?
2-pointer, my first 2-pointer.
This feels a little like a 1-pointer.
Well, we can talk yardage. I did it with the Will Kazmarek thing.
Okay. He has a rushing touchdown of 5 yards or longer. Because I don't want a tush push situation. So 5 yards or longer.
Who does? 5 yards or longer. Okay, because I expect it to be either a 75-yarder or like a 7-yard draw. So, okay.
Man, a 75-yard scramble. Where does he fall in the C.J. Stroud 50-yarder against Michigan State to the J.T. Barrett 9,000-yarder in 12 degrees at Minnesota in terms of miles per hour reached if he's running a 75-yarder?
Let's not forget like the 60-yarder that Kirk Herbstreit had. Well, against
Minnesota in 1991 that just finished 2 years ago.
Correct.
Yes.
For the big shoulder pads and the tearaway jerseys and all of that. Okay. Yeah. At least 5 yards touchdown rush.
Now, this one, I haven't gone through and researched this. I wrote this down and I thought this is a great one. And then I thought, I don't know that I can come up with one with enough guys that this would be bold enough for a 2-pointer. So I have a backup. I just want to throw this out there. No Ohio native, as defined as listed as from an Ohio high school, is involved in a touchdown in this game, whether pass, run, or catch. Now, the problem that I have is I have not gone through Ohio's roster to see how many Ohio kids. Now, you would assume there's a lot of Ohio kids, but I have not gone through to know, hey, their top 3 wide receivers are all not from Ohio or whatever. So,
but in terms of the Ohio State guys, who what is that list? It's Bo Jackson,
Sam Dixon.
So the 3rd running back, the 5th running back.
Who else?
David Adolph, is he even from Ohio? Like, there just aren't enough Ohio State guys.
Yeah, okay. And that's the thing. It was like, I feel like this is a great one, but I just hadn't
but not this year.
Yeah, okay. So how about this one? 150 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns for Jeremiah Smith.
For 2 points?
For 2 points.
Yeah. 150 and 3 touchdowns.
150 yards and 3 touchdowns for Jeremiah.
That's crazy that for him.
Yeah.
2 points.
Yeah, it's 2 points. And you know what? It's closer to 1 than 3. That's the crazy thing.
Speaking of 3-pointers and Jeremiah Smith, 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jeremiah,
I can actually hear the listeners shaking their heads right now and going, this is what we have come to expect from Tony.
Oh, come on. My 3-pointer, Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate will combine for 4 touchdowns.
I'm going to need a yardage. I'm going to need a yardage.
20 yards.
I mean, if we're doing 150 yards and 3 touchdowns, then
160 yards and 4 touchdowns.
I would really love to take 34 and 17 and add them up, but that would just get you 151 yards and 4 touchdowns. So that doesn't really help that much. I'll
tell you what. Carnell Tate is from Chicago. Chicago's area code, I believe, is 312. 312 down.
Boy, I feel...
And the other thing is, I just say they will combine for 4 touchdowns.
Right.
So one of these, could be punt return, could be
2 and 2.
In terms of, if you want to throw a receiving yardage on there, I can go 175.
180. Trying to think of something Chicago related or Miami related. The relative humidity in Miami this time of year is 184%. Okay. So therefore, 184 yards and 4 touchdowns.
For 182 and 4 touchdowns. And we can call it a night and get to your crap 3-pointer.
It sounds great. Let's get to my crap 3-pointer. How about, I got 2 choices again here. The first one is 2 interceptions by Caleb Downs.
Okay. What's the other one?
Ohio State forces a turnover from Ohio in each of the 4 quarters.
I like that one because that one is a little more, I'm like, wow, they're both unlikely because this is a 3-pointer.
Correct. Yeah.
And we know predicting an interception is an automatic 1. Mm-hmm. We've had discussions about does predicting 2 equal like the 1+1 parlay being a 3-pointer, but I prefer the turnovers in all 4 quarters because I think that is truly something that you don't necessarily see much. And I know Ohio turned the ball over, I think 3 times in the last game, or against
this past West Virginia, yes.
3 interceptions, but to do it in each of the quarters, I like that. Turnover in each of the 4 quarters.
The only other,
and if it goes overtime, what about that?
I don't think that's going to be a factor, but
checking.
If I throw on 2 interceptions by Caleb Downs and one must include a return of at least 17 yards, does that move the needle with you at all?
I just, for the people, I like the four turnovers.
Okay. That's fair. Fair enough. All right. Now we need to come up with one to grant to each other.
Here's mine for you, Tom, and you can take this or leave it. Ohio State will have a completion of at least 7 yards.
That's about your usual level of boldness, so I will accept it. Let's see. For you,
okay.
I will say Ohio will have a play from scrimmage of at least 7 yards.
Interesting. I will accept that. I will take that, and that will probably give me 1 or 2 points for my final score this week. I did hit my season high with 1 point last week, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah. You listen, anytime you get set a new personal best.
But really, you scored 1 point first week, 1 point the second week. I scored 0 the first week, 1 point this week, rounded up. We're both averaging a point a week. So really,
not how rounding works, but
I mean,
okay.
0.5, you round that up to 1. I mean, that's how everybody does it. Anyway, that'll do it for today, for tonight. I want to thank you all for tuning in. If you would like to and have not already, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you've not yet done so. We don't ask it enough. We don't tell it enough. I'm demanding it right now. Subscribe to the channel. It would be appreciated. And I'm not yet demanding that you won't subscribe to Buckeye Huddle. I'm getting close.
Strongly suggested.
If you could, we would appreciate that. So find us there as well. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will talk to you all later.